Just another quick look. This is the talents and gear setup we're using. I'm not running the right legendary. I just have this legendary because I haven't made a second one yet for this because I made one for Holy. I've just been too lazy to do Torghast, so we're just going with what we got. And really the name of the game with Grievous is, like, the first tip I can give is you just need to be really quick about how you heal. So, like, you know, in previous weeks we've talked about how you can let people kind of sit at low HP and stuff, but with Grievous weeks you really just need to play whack-a-mole. Like, as soon as someone's low like this, like, my goal is literally to top everybody off right now. Can't stop healing until people are topped off. So we focus much less on, like, the damage aspect of Discipline Priest, and we're focusing much more on, like, getting people topped off constantly and, like, the healing aspect of Disc. So even here, like, the mage is low, I'm gonna walk forward, I'm gonna heal him. He's not full health, I'm gonna keep healing him. And then also for spells like Penance, we can use those on players rather than on enemies if only like 1 or 2 people need healing. Because Penance will do a lot more healing if we throw it on top of somebody rather than like using it on the mobs to heal the tank, for instance. So like here, this Penance will just go into the tank. And then we Shadow Mend, we can shield, we can Shadow Mend again. And now we're good to do a little bit of damage because the Grievous stack should fall off just from damage. There they go. And then we can like Penance the tank again. And it's just like this constant, you know, defensive mindset rather than doing damage and just letting the healing happen. Here we Radiance because everyone took damage. So you just gotta play whack-a-mole with the HP bars rather than letting your atonements do the work. And here, like, everyone's not full HP, so they're going to start getting Grievous stacks. So we do a Radiance, we throw a Penance on the tank rather than throw it on the mobs. Fungi Storm going off, so we're going to Radiance again just to top people off, throw a couple Shadow Mends out. And here, like, we're running pretty low on mana, so we're going to Pain Sup the tank. We're going to throw Penance on the tank. You can even Shadow Fiend here, because then we'll have it back up for when we need it for Pride, hopefully. Radiance again. Like you can just see like the majority of my penances going into actually healing players rather than doing damage. And then here we'll like keep up with the group and walk forward, but I'm gonna drink once we get up here. He might be in danger of pulling this because he doesn't have meta up, so I'm not gonna be able to drink very much. I'm just gonna let his cheat death proc, and then we'll go. I'll just power infusion myself. It's Rapture here. Shielding everybody. That's the other thing, is you just have to be willing to use like a lot of your cooldowns constantly. Like you should be pressing Shadow Fiend as much as possible. You should be pressing Mind Games a lot. You should be pressing, you know, Pain Sup, Rapture, Barrier, all that stuff like very, very often. And then to like top off the group here, I Radiance, I Mind Games, I Mind Blast, and then we can like Penance the mage to get his stacks off. And now everyone's full health again. So it's going to be a lot of just repeating that process of like the priority is literally to keep everybody at full HP. So like there are 2 Shadow Mends on the mage, and then if he's not topped off by the time my Penance is up, I'll throw a Penance into him, and then that should top him off. It's all about just staying ahead of the Grievous rather than like falling behind and letting people get low HP. So you just gotta think ahead and be ready to be really reactive with your healing. And here I'm trying not to spend too much mana because I want to be able to heal through Pride, because Prides on Grievous are like probably the scariest part about Grievous weeks. You gotta be really well prepared for Grievous. Should have knocked those back a little sooner. Unlucky. Like that Penance should have probably went into the tank. I just wanted to help kill the mob faster. We can drink a little bit before Pride actually hits us out of our drink. And then here, same thing. It's just all about staying ahead. So we're gonna Radiance just early, just to top everybody up and make sure that they don't get Grievous stacks early. And use Penance on the Pride this time. We're gonna spam a few Shadow Mends. priest because our mage didn't listen to us, so he's not using combust on the pride, he's saving it, which is really bad. We want to make sure we have combust for every pride if we can. And then here we'll mind games, we'll mind blast. I'll use my... And we use like that radiance into the priest just to get rid of stacks. And then here we're just gonna spam Shadowman because we're gonna have infinite mana anyways. So we're just gonna get everyone topped off before this slam. I'll start Rapture. That way for the stomp we're all like nice and healthy. Dispel myself, walk in a little closer, Radiance, refresh dot. We'll throw Shadow Fiend right now. Literally just trying to stay as ahead as possible of the Grievous, so like I'm just doing everything I can to stay ahead. Even if that means using cooldowns or Radiance or things like that early. Oh, that was scary. Paints up the Hunter here. We'll fear this. This is another stomp, so I'm going to throw a couple shields. We'll Gauntlet jump back in. We'll dispel the other priest. There we go. We killed that boss really fast, which is good. We weren't CCing the big guy. If you guys have questions and stuff like while I'm doing this or explaining things, please let me know. But hopefully I'm doing an okay job of explaining stuff. Obviously, like, just M+ in general comes down to a lot of decision making, so when you add another element of that into the game, which is Grievous, it just makes it even harder. So there's not like a clear cut, you need to do A, B, C in order to heal Grievous. It's much more of like a... It's just a lot about making good decisions, so... Hopefully I'm helping at least, like, understand how to think about making the right decisions and stuff, but even in these situations, like, a lot of stuff is going to be really dependent on like what your group is doing and what's happening in your specific dungeon and stuff like that. Try to drink a little bit. That's the other thing about Grievous, is always try to stay ahead on drinking. Like, drink between like every pull if you have to, but try to not make it to where you're like holding back the group significantly by drinking. And here, like, no one's getting Grievous. We could put that penance into the tank there for more healing, but I don't mind doing a little bit extra damage. Throw a few Shadowmans, and then like here everyone gets a, you know, a little bit of damage done. I just throw Radiance that tops everybody off before any of those Grievous stacks get out of control. Paints up here. Actually, I don't have paints up, so maybe we just do a Rapture here, and we'll just kind of spam shield. We're gonna go Shadowman shield on the tank like over and over, and then we'll finish it up with the penance. When would you use shield over Shadowmend? I figure you would use that to get atonements out instead of Shadowmend. So typically you use shield if everyone's full HP, or if you're trying to do like even more healing than what Shadowmend offers. But usually you should default to Shadowmend in Mythic Plus. If people are low, like if they've already taken damage, then Shadowmend is the better choice. But if they're full HP like this and I want to apply atonement, then I would just like start throwing shields on everybody like this. And then if you want to like combo it, you go Shadowmend into a shield, like if you're trying to get rid of Grievous stacks, because your shield will get rid of Grievous stacks. So like here on the mage, for instance, I can go Shadowmend shield, and that'll like almost top him off completely. And then I can throw another Shadowmend, and that gets rid of the rest of his stacks. I think tank dies here. Okay, that I can res him. Unlucky. I always wait to release until like my engineering channel is like just about finished. I drink a mana pot here because Pride's gonna spawn as soon as we kill this. Yeah, no, you definitely don't want to keep atonements out on everyone all the time. Especially if you take the Sins of the Mini talent, because then you're harming like your healing value. Because you do more damage the less atonements that you have out. It is these potions here. The Potion of Spiritual Clarity. It's like a 10-second channel. And it shares like a cooldown with your damage potion or like invis boss and stuff, so just be aware of that. Is this a pug? Yeah. I just have one friend in here, but we're not in comms or anything. The Shadow Priest. He's a guildie. Oh no. It's definitely just a wipe. We're gonna get Prideful so far away from the boss. Oh well. Oh no. And I'm still in combat, dude.
All you like, mortals. You only delay the inevitable.
Oh my god, Amy pulled the tentacle. This is so bad. Oh my gosh, the curse. That was like 5 minutes of time, that's so annoying. Unlucky. This pack is actually so really deadly with these double ambushers. Gonna just Shadow Men spam Rapture on the tank. Yeah, the Hunter, maybe he'll use cooldowns. The main problem is that we're interrupting the ambushers when we shouldn't be. Let them cast and stand still. More stealthlings. I didn't get all of them. They're gonna kill somebody. Probably me. Of course, the tank. gonna Beerus. Wait, why did he release? That's weird. I've never seen this item fail. I don't think it failed. Really strange. Oh, you know why? It's because we were out of combat, so it failed. Okay, so this boss is a really good example boss for Grievous. So first off, we don't have a poison dispel, so the tank's gonna take a ton of damage during this fight. When he gets cytotoxic slash and the ads spawning. And when these ads spawn, we need to use like a big cooldown for every ad. So like right now I'm gonna use Rapture. I'm just gonna be shielding the entire group until Rapture expires. And then I'm gonna Radiance. I'm gonna pain, actually, yeah, we won't have pain sub up till like the next set of ads, or not at all. I'm gonna Shadow Fiend instead. And then we're just instantly Shadow Mending the people who get hit by that, isolation thing. And here we're shielding everybody again. And once we stop moving, I'll throw down Barrier. All Radiance. We're staying on the boss. I don't know if we need it or not. Oh, we're doing the whole pull. Spooky. I just use my knockback to get all the undead like off of the main mini boss, so that we don't drop Sanguine on top of him. Pain supping tank. Oh, we dropped Sanguine on him. Okay, he's gonna teleport away. Oh, he's gonna jump right in all that Sanguine. Unlucky. So much cleaner than when I'm in here. I mean, yeah, it's like a higher pug, so I could always pug like really low keys if that helps give like do some keystone adventures with my 187 gear on Grievous week. That'd probably be interesting. Queue up for some +6 Plaguefalls. I definitely need a drink before this Pride, so I'm gonna just drink right when we get out of combat with this guy. Drinking. Shadow Fiend. pop everybody off if we're going this way. Oh, I meant to PI the hunter, that's really unfortunate. Oh well. Gonna Rapture for this first Infectious Rain so that we have it back for phase 3. Hopefully. And then we'll Radiance. I'll Dispel myself. And this is where it's very important not to fall behind. I'm just spamming Shadow Men, just spamming Radiance. Still making sure we get in the safe spot. This Hunter. Gonna have to res the Hunter. It's gonna put us behind on healing. Use my trinket here, start shielding the group. Paints up the hunter because he's the lowest. And then we Radiant, we Mind Games, we Mind Blast, we Penance. And I'll Dispel myself, and then we're just spam healing again. Need to go get in the safe spot. We can shield while we run. We'll Radiance again. We'll Penance somebody. Spamming Shadow Mend. Go get to the new safe spot, throw a couple shields to get rid of stacks. Shadow Mend and Penance while moving. Radiance. And I'll throw down Barrier. We'll Rapture for this rain. Shadow Mend Radiance. Dispel myself. Get to the safe spot. Shield on the move. Mind Games, spam Shadow Mend, and we're pretty much out of mana, so boss needs to die. Should have PI'd the mage there. Boss will just die before these tentacles slam down, and there we go. Plenty of time to spare, even with like the 5 minutes of wasted time. That was an easy 2 chests if all the stuff didn't bug.